There's something about the Australian outback that just keeps calling you back for more. We've been planning this trip for a while. 3 mates on 3 DRZs to cross the Simpson Desert in Outback Australia. But unfortunately, only 2 will make it. Well, it's early morning, day 4 of our DRZ Outback Adventure, and the sunrise here in Innamincka, South Australia is as spectacular as the sunsets. Those flies are unreal, aren't they? How many there are? And it looks like Pato might have some passengers today. But there's no flies on our trail boss, Craig. He's already up at the pub, and we're off to join him for breakfast. Today's ride takes us from Innamincka, South Australia, through to Cordillo Downs, Woolshed, and then on to Birdsville in Queensland, gateway to the Simpson Desert. Early morning in Innamincka. We're off to Birdsville today, hopefully. We camp there by the river, and just going back up to the pub again for breakfast. Get extra fuel on today. It's going to be a big day. And I've got to say, the weather conditions for the kick-off of today's ride just couldn't be better, with that low cloud cover and temperature in the mid-teens. There's Craig's bike sitting out in front of the pub, all packed up and ready to go. And that right there is breakfast fit for a trail boss. And now with breakfast done and dusted, it's time to saddle up and hit the road. And today's ride is going to be something special. We're taking the more challenging route, Cordillo Downs Road, 420 kilometres all the way through to Birdsville, and 90% of it is going to be on the dirt. Cordillo Downs Road starts off as a fairly well-graded but corrugated sandy track, which soon turns to red dirt, with corrugations of course. And it's here in the far-off distance that I spot a mob of brumbies.
There's some more here actually. There they are, look at that. These ones are heaps closer.
Brumbies are Australia's wild horses.
That is a cool shot.
Even though brumbies are considered a feral pest, there's no denying how majestic they look with that backdrop. That awesome scenery and the lack of traffic makes for one enjoyable ride.
You shouldn't get too many road signs along this road anyway. Hey, remind me to check my chain guard when I stop next.
As we fly along through empty water channels and dry creek beds lined with white ghost gums, there's so much variation in scenery on this road. And it's not long before we're out on the open plain again. The contrasting colours of the red dirt and the blue sky look absolutely amazing. And it really brings out the yellow of my DRZ. These bikes are absolutely eating it up today, and we're all enjoying ourselves. So get ready now for some high-speed Pato action. Well, high speed for a DRZ anyway. Control yourselves, ladies. Cheers, Pato. And here comes our trial boss, Craig.
Yeah, trying to film you.
Another section of dirt and another change in scenery. And with all the recent rain they've had out here, it's so green you could almost mistake it for Africa's Serengeti. We soon cross paths with another adventure rider. Can you believe it? The first oncoming traffic we've had all day. This section of Cordilla Downs Road is an absolute ripper. 1 minute you're on gravel, and the next you're in sand. There's so much variation in track surface.
This is not something I expected to see, a caravan on this track. Pretty keen, aren't they?
They're probably saying the same about us. As this seems like the only piece of shade out here for miles in the middle of bumfluff, it's time to stop for a break. In fact, the shade was so small we had to take turns. Well, that was my turn. Giddy up, let's go. And with a flick of a switch, we now have another change in scenery. Skatey gravel road, lined with scrub and surrounded by sand dunes. And with all the past rain they've had, these sand dunes are covered in purple flowers. Before we turn left down Cordilla Downs Road, I figured I'd hang around here and play corner man for Pato, just in case he misses the turn-off.
Amazing landscape, eh?
Yeah.
Those dunes with like the purple flowers.
Righto, with the trail boss gone, it's time to play catch up. Next stop is Cordilla Downs. Just how awesome is the scenery out here? That red dirt road stretching on forever, surrounded by sand dunes and purple flowers, contrasting against that blue sky. I've got to say, the experience of riding this road has just been amazing. I'm enjoying it so much. And the DRZs are just eating it up.
Look at the rock. Unbelievable. Sand dunes. So cool. Look how blue the sky is. Look amazing.
Then all of a sudden we spot a group of bikes coming the other way, one after another.
It's like a T7. Is it? That's an Aprilia Tuareg. Now it's a T7. Respect you get from other adventure riders coming out to a place like this. I mean, look at where we are. See how remote it is. Comes another bike.
That's another T7.
And another one.
That's a whole series of Tenerays all chasing down a Tuareg. It's so cool to see other adventure riders all the way out here enjoying themselves and acknowledging you for doing the same thing, even if you're only riding a DRZ.
How good was that last section? Yeah, that was freaking awesome. Good seeing those other bikes too come the other way. I'm loving it today. That was so good. Best day.
And as an added bonus, I've still got my chain guard. Happy days.
This insanely rocky section here. So it's just after that gate. And the road suddenly changes again. Average speed's going to come down quite a bit. Hopefully it opens up again. Looks like it does. There's a bit of a floodplain area.
This section of Cordillo Downs Road is quite rocky and skatey, and it's like riding on ball bearings, but it's heaps of fun.
There's the Cordillo Downs famous woolshed. It's our next stop. That's some awesome scenery, eh?
Yeah, like miles or something, eh?
Yeah. It's good seeing those other bikes too. See, there's a Tuareg, Aprilia Tuareg and T7s. Yeah.
Cordillo Downs woolshed. Cordillo Downs is located about 116 kilometres or 72 miles north of Innamincka, and it was once regarded as Australia's largest sheep station, but is now operating as a cattle station. One of the best known features of the station is the heritage listed woolshed. This constructed of stone with a curved tin roof, and it was built this way due to a lack of timber in the area. It makes you wonder how a station like this can possibly operate. It's so dry out here. In fact, they only get around 167 millimetres of rain annually. And another amazing fact is that in the 1880s, Cordillo Downs set a record of shearing over 85,000 sheep in a single season. And back then, the station once occupied an area of over 7,800 square kilometres.
Alright, see you fellas. Have a good trip.
Well, that was kind of weird. Almost something like out of the Deliverance.
We just met a bloke there that's been across the Simpson quite a few times, and he didn't have too many positive things to say, so he was trying to put the fear into us. Cheers, Craig. That guy didn't have too many positive things. Nothing positive to say, did he? I can't wait till I'm an old cunt and I can put fear into people like that. You're gonna fucking die, mate. You're gonna die. Awesome.
It's amazing how people take you on face value and underestimate you. Take Craig for example, who's actually finished multiple hard enduros and a couple of Red Bull Romaniacs. And I'm sure that guy hasn't done anything like that. Just makes me laugh. On a happier note, we're back to smashing out the big kilometres. And just check out this scenery. We're now in the Sturt Stony Desert and it's like riding on Mars. With a bit of sandy track in between, thrown in for good measure. Then back to rocks again as far as the eye can see, known as the Gibber Plains. About 90 kilometres north of Cordillo Downs you'll find the Cadelga Station ruins, and I just couldn't resist stopping for a look. Completely abandoned in 1936, as you can tell by this car here. The station was once run by Cordillo Downs, but abandoned due to drought and the Depression. I think Pato must have stopped for photos. But we better hurry up and catch up with Craig, because he must be miles up the road by now, as he never stopped at the ruins. Luckily, not too far up the road, I find Craig parked under a tree.
Went and had a look at those ruins. Just did a lap of that. The other ones down the road there? Yeah. Didn't you see them? Too focused. Yeah, well, I know, but Craig was gone, so I didn't want
No time for photos, sorry Pato. We've got a schedule to keep. But we are going to try and stop for a photo at the Queensland border. We just need to find the sign. I think it may have been back there.
Yeah, that's the border.
Yeah.
That's like shit, isn't it?
Hey?
That side is crap.
Yeah, it is crap, yeah. I think they'd have one saying South Australia as well, wouldn't you? Going the other way. Well, going.
There's another one up there, mate.
Maybe.
Oh well, no border photos today. Now we're on the Queensland side of the border, you do notice a big change in the road, and it's nice and smoothly gravelled and maintained. And I've just noticed that my camera's pretty low on batteries. I'm going to have to stop and change them.
Yeah, I just want to change some batteries over on my camera. Yep.
I've stopped at the intersection of Cordillo Downs Road and Birdsville Developmental Road, which is only 117 kilometres away from Birdsville. We'll be there in no time. But I'd better hightail it and catch up with the others. But I'm pretty familiar with this road as I've ridden it before last time I was out here on my GS. But but I've just discovered a small issue with my DRZ. Nothing major, but the USB port on the dash is no longer charging. Bugger. And it wasn't long before I finally caught up with the boys, who were at one of the rest stops that you find every 50 k's or so. The only shade you'll find out here. Here we go, only 95 k's to Birdsville. As you can tell by looking at my windscreen, Birdsville Developmental Road is quite dry and dusty, and you're better off spreading out a bit. But there are sections of tarred road, like this one here, through this water channel. And I can't help notice it's looking so much greener here than last time we came through, thanks to all that flooding they had. Due to the remoteness of this place, one notable feature that you'll find on the roads out here are emergency airstrips, and there are signs warning you not to stop. Now that's something you won't see every day at home. Craig passes me by, weaving his bike from side to side. I was under the impression that he was just mucking about, but then he pulls straight off the road. Has he got an issue? For some reason he keeps waving me on.
What's up?
Oh well, okay, maybe he just needs a nature break. As I check behind, I see Paddo's pulled over for him. I hope everything's okay. As you get closer to Birdsville, you see more and more sand dunes, and the road dissects them in half. Last time I rode through here there were a mob of brumbies off to the right, but this time I'll find something a little less furry. King brown or mulga snake. I'm not really sure why, but I'm going to spin around and go and have a look at it. Just out of curiosity, I guess.
Yeah, snaky.
And just look at the size of it.
Brown snake. Do not play with that.
Yeah, good call. You don't want to get bitten by one of those things out here. And it's not too long before the familiar sight of the Birdsville races appear on my right. You know what that means. We're nearly there. Just before you cross the Diamantina River into Birdsville, on your left, there's a road that takes you through to one of the Birkin Mills marquetries. And the Diamantina River's looking a little mudded up today. Finally we arrive in Birdsville, gateway to the Simpson Desert.
We are back again.
Nearly 3 years ago when I was last in Birdsville, and with great memories from my last trip I was looking forward to coming back. Hopefully all goes just as well this time round. It looks like Craig's making a beeline for the survey. Ah, now I know why he had to stop. My chooks are just fine, by the way. Thanks for asking.
Out of order over there as well. Got to use that one that Birdsy's using. Did you hit reserve before? Yeah. No, not yet. I'm down to the
Is it the 10 litre mark where you put it on there?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at, yeah.
Yeah, final victory. 25 kgs out of a tilt.
That's good. There you go.
Thought I was going to run out just there.
Okay, all fueled up. Next stop is the Birdsville Hotel. Hopefully you can get accommodation there. There or here, I suppose we'll do, hey? I think we're all relieved to roll into Birdsville. And now we've got time for a photo. And maybe a beer or two. Or maybe even 3. Room 1. Quick word from Mr. Patterson. Yeah, how'd you find today?
Yeah, best day ever. I think
So,
tomorrow's going to be different.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm worried. Are
Yeah,
you?
well, no says.
I don't know, there's so many different stories, eh? You don't know what to believe, so we're
Definitely
gonna have to suck it and see. I reckon that's the way. Anyway. Well, that was one epic day, and as the sun sets at Birdsville, we contemplate on what tomorrow is going to bring. You can check that out in the next episode, Day 5.
Hotel, motel.
Here's a quick sneak peek of what happens. Starting with more scary stories from people over breakfast.
Last chance, Spurs making any adjustments. What's this? Is that the four leak?
Yeah, different yours, huh?
Crazy.
Only on that one side as well.
Yeah, fork leak.
Must be the oil from the axle when I put it in. The lubrication.
No, it's a fork seal.
I don't like it.
You tell. What do you reckon? Hard and Drew addict? You get classic comments every day. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Who's going to have to step up? Grant. He's got to make a classic comment because there'll be no one else out there.
You've got some hard competition with you.
That's all for the episode today. Thanks for tuning in.
Alright. All fueled up and loaded up. We haven't had too many too many good things said by people. Anyway, see how we go. We then hit the road and head towards the famous Big Red Sand Dune. And this is it. This is where we begin our Simpson crossing.
So what does it do? It goes up and around and I'll go up there, just make sure no one's coming over, mate. It's not that bad.
It looks like a road, right? I thought it was going to be like a single track on the side of the dune or something. It's going to be deep there.
Love your style.
Nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel better now I've seen it.
And so it was Craig's turn first.
Go Ben, get up it.
Followed by Pato.
Second all the way.
And finally, my turn.
Okay. Here we come. I'm up, but I'm fucking balls deep.
Well, we all made it up. But then Craig discovers he's got a major mechanical problem with his DRZ.
No drive. We're towing you back. We're towing you back.
Stay tuned to find out what happens next on our DRZ Outback Adventure. We've been planning this trip for a while. 3 mates on 3 DRZs to cross the Simpson Desert and Outback Australia. but unfortunately only 2 will make it. So cheers and thanks for watching. We might see you on the next one.